Now here I have a book that I didn't even know I wanted. I wasn't looking for a book on this subject. I was searching botanical art, and this book appeared. I had a preview, absolutely loved it, thought it was brilliant, so I added it to my collection. Now it's Drawing and Painting Fungi, an artist's guide to finding and illustrating mushrooms and lichen. Now there are different ways to pronounce fungi and lichen or lichen. I'll probably use several different pronunciations throughout the book. It's whichever you prefer, whichever is the common use in your country. So I'm trying not to confuse myself. This book is by Kathleen Ward. It's published by the Crowood Press in 2024, and it has 176 wonderful pages. So we'll have a look inside. It is a paperback, and I really was so impressed with this book. We've got lots of close-ups, the different patterns. We've got some beautiful full-page illustrations. I'm glad this is a larger format book and not one of the smaller books, because you can really see the detail in here. So we start off with contents, why paint fungi, introduction, materials and equipment, finding specimens and identifying them, sketching in a field or studio, monotone drawings and dry media, using colour with different media, composition, background elements and other techniques. And then we've got the classic mushroom, the unusual, the cup and sack fungi, lichen, index, contributing artists, resources and acknowledgements. So just look at this. This is so beautiful. I really love the colours and the details. So we start off with why paint fungi. We've got various different beautiful colour photos here. We have the introduction. We've got the importance, a little bit of history here, and we have the classification, which actually I didn't know that fungi were given their own kingdom with the classification in 1969. So I've learned such a lot from this book. And then we have here the different branches that make up their kingdom, and we have the naming of the species, some amazing mushroom facts, and then painting fungi, artists from the past. And we start with one of my lovely favourites, Beatrix Potter. I think she has inspired so many people. We've got some other artists here. We've got some contemporary artists, and here lists here the step-by-step projects here for you, and the different media that were used. So we've got graphite pencils, charcoal, we have gouache. As you know, I pronounce it gouache because that's what it was when I went to art college. You may know that as squash. We have here some water-soluble graphite, mixed media. So we use various different media to capture these illustrations. Look at these are absolutely beautiful. Then we move on to materials and equipment. We've got here the graphite, charcoal and carbon, coloured pencils, pen and ink. We've got watercolours. We've even got here fungi ink. We have gouache, paintbrushes, palettes, paper, grounds, different types of paper, sketchbooks. We've got making paper here. And then we've got the miscellaneous materials. We've got a very interesting bit on lighting. And then we have chapter 2, finding specimens and identifying them. Oh, is it poisonous? Now this is all very, very important when you're picking mushrooms. You need to know which ones are edible and which ones are not. Some characteristics to help you identify them. Look at all this. We've got all the different shapes there. Now this is 176 pages, so I have to stop admiring the illustrations and start moving through this book. We then have chapter 3, sketching in the field or studio. Some lovely sketchbook studies here. The book does stay open. It's slightly curved over on that side, but again, that could be because I haven't used it very much. I am still working my way through this book. It's a book that I pick up and sit down and read a few pages at a time. There is so much to absorb here. Then we have monotone drawing with dry media. And here we have texture and mark making. Pen and ink techniques, toned papers. Look at this, it is so detailed. Wonderful step-by-step instructions. I love the fact that this is a larger format book because we have the detail. So much easier to see everything when the photographs are bigger. We've got here colour. Some more step-by-steps. Then we have chapter 6, composition, background elements and other techniques. This truly is an absolute wonder, this book. I didn't know all these different types of fungi. And the patterns, I absolutely adore the patterns and the textures. This is beautiful. Then we have the classic mushroom. Wow, I've never seen one like that before. We have the unusual. So it's staying open flatter now we're getting further through the book. So pretty. And then we have the cup and sack fungi. Experiments with shading. And we're getting close to the end. We have the lichen, lichen. So many beautiful illustrations. Now this was one of the slightly more expensive books that I've bought. I can't quite remember exactly how much I paid for it right now. I did buy it a little while ago, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. Oh, I say the recommended price was £25. I didn't actually pay that. Definitely shop around for the bargains. So you can see here it's a practical guide with step-by-step tutorials, instructions, focus studies, mediums and finished artwork. Absolutely wonderful. I hope you like this. Even if you don't like the subject as much, you don't want to paint it, I've just learnt so much. If you're interested in natural history and natural life around you, you like to go for walks in the wood and you're discovering things, to me this is like a guide as well. It's not just how to paint them, it's everything you need to know, and even checking out which ones are poisonous. And I just think this is an absolutely wonderful book. It's going to take me quite a while to read through, and I just think you may not like this subject, but I just think it's a lovely, lovely book. It's so informative and the illustrations are absolutely wonderful. Very clear and easy to follow, and it's a book that I often pick up and just have a little look, and I'm working my way through it, and it's such a treasure. It's a real asset to my little library of art books because I do not have any other book on this subject, and I think that's what makes it really unique and really special.